I just got wind of the fact that apparently they're trying to cancel Wendigoon, who honestly comes across as probably one of the nicest people in the world. I've seen him do stuff with Mr. Gigi, who I'm a big fan of. I got into Wendigoon. I got on the Wendigoon's channel like most people did with the conspiracy theorist iceberg, and it was just, I mean, he started out, and you can tell like his audience growth through just that iceberg. When he's doing it on a phone, really no mic or anything, and by the time you get to it, he's got a mic and he's got a sponsor and he's got a camera, and it's just, and he's a super nice kid. One of the things I got is that he's obviously from Nine Neck of the Woods. We don't know each other, not remotely, but I recognize the accent, and I just love seeing a genuinely good person do well. So it's come out that people on Twitter who apparently used to like him, but they don't like him anymore simply because of nothing else other than he is a Christian and that he is pro 2A, which blows my freaking mind. I can honestly tell you, as somebody who is a non-believer, as a matter of fact, it's a weird thing to tell people. It's like, so you're an atheist. It's like, no, I'm an anti-theist. I am, even if you can prove God, I still wouldn't worship him. Because just the thought of being in servitude to a king for all eternity sounds like a freaking nightmare. I don't care how supposedly benevolent he's going to be. I mean, there's a reason why him and Lucy had a fallout. But not to get into that, the kid's brought up a couple of times, Wendigoon's brought up a couple of times that he's a Christian, and he has gone from having his girlfriend to his girlfriend now being his wife. And I think the whole YouTube thing kind of took him by surprise. I think he starts out like a lot of us start out, which is you're just some guy talking on the internet, and then when your video gets like 100 views, you're like, who's watching this? And then your video gets to 1,000. And it's just, you know, and it just escalates, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, you know. I mean, you're just like, what did I do? You know, and there are people who try to bottle that and try to figure out like what their formula is, and then there's other people who just do what they're going to do because they like it. And he's one of those guys that's got like a genuine like personality of a seriously just nice guy. When he says it means the most, I genuinely believe him when he says it means the most. I genuinely believe that kid just appreciates the fact that he gets to do YouTube videos. I saw another video about this. That's actually kind of what brought it up to me. I have a Twitter/X account, but I'm not really on it all that much. I probably will be now because Alex Jones is on there, and that guy, sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, but he's always entertaining. So I'll probably check out X for that. But I'm an older guy, so I tend to go to Facebook and I go to YouTube, and that's pretty much it. I even forget I have an Instagram account. But on X, there were these people like, he keeps talking about he's a Christian, or when I found out he was a Christian and that he also often posted about guns on Twitter, I put 1 + 1 together and the result was a red flag. Yeah, I mean, he's a Christian. He's pro Second Amendment. Guess why the Second Amendment's there? Because we're all big fans of the First Amendment. At least most of us with a reasonable mind are. Wendigoon has said nothing controversial except as related to subject matter. And if he said anything controversial, it's simply because he was reading something. This is a guy, out of all the conspiracies that he found fascinating, Giants was at the top of the list. He went to university. I suppose he graduated. But he is a really smart kid with a really nice personality. He loves his wife and he loves Christ. Guess what? That's most everyone that surrounds me in my world. I'm an atheist. I am a non-believer. I wear it on my sleeve that I'm a non-believer. Not that I walk around saying I'm an atheist or anything, or an anti-theist. I'm unapologetic about it. When it comes up, it's like, I don't really believe that kind of stuff. Whereas there are other people who live in my area who I know are non-believers. They have to hide it because they worry about it with their jobs. I'm just lucky to live And I'm lucky to have a job and to live in a world and be who I am, that I don't have to worry about that. But that being said, to slam this guy for no other reason than he happens to believe in God and that he happens to be pro 2A, and equate him to extreme right-wing Nazi BS. Let me tell you something. As a person who spent a little while in something called, I don't want to say where I directly live, so I'm going to say I was part of the Free Thought Association of my local area. So what that is that was believers and agnostics and stuff, and they got together and we would meet like once a week at Starbucks, and I was actually involved in a handful of debates. Unitarian Church, Methodist Church, at a university. Let me tell you that the irony behind Free Thought Association is not lost on me. Rare will you find a more closed mind than a group of people who claim to be open-minded. Every last one of them were liberal Democrats. Not real liberals, liberal Democrats. Every last one of them was pro-abortion. All of them were anti-gun. Every talking point of the Democratic Party was everyone in this small but very vocal free thought group. So I eventually had to leave because a conversation came up. I'd gone to one of the meetings and this is back when all that fervor was going on, I had a large sweet tea from Chick-fil-A. And they're like, how can you support Chick-fil-A? And I was like, I like Chick-fil-A. What is it? And they're like, they give to anti-LGB groups. And I was like, okay, well, that's their prerogative. And they were like, every time you give them money, you're supporting hate. And I was like, look, you find me a couple of queers, I can make a better chicken sandwich, and I'd be all about it. Now, don't get me wrong. This is before Popeyes put out their chicken sandwich, which is damn good. But nevertheless, it was to make a point. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't do based on your value system. And that's what you got going on here. Trust me, free thought people, for the most part, are a pain in the ass. I listen to heavy metal. I love heavy metal. Can't hang out with most metalheads because they're annoying as piss. And most of them don't grow up. I'm a non-believer. Don't really like hanging out with non-believers because they're as closed-minded and as single-minded as it gets. And they're so pissed off and so angry. And they just... And I think the irony is, too, that they will slam Christianity all the live long day and have nothing to say about Islam. And the ones who do say it about Islam, they think they're being some sort of edgelord or something, but they're real cautious about it. Wendigoon is a great guy. And to go after him just shows how miserable a life these people are living. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. I hope he keeps going. I like creators like him that are just genuinely coming from a good place, put out good entertainment, and just have great personalities. And I think he's just a great guy, and I hope he continues to be successful. But I just want to get my opinion on it. Leave Wendigoon alone. Just go be miserable somewhere else. Later.